Shuttershock $5 a gallon gasoline in the city, and $3 gas in the burbs. And going higher. That's the news motorists are facing this Memorial Day weekend. And pretty soon, those rising prices will put Americans' appetite for offshore oil drilling to the test. The Trump administration has already proposed drilling off virtually the entire U.S. coast, except Florida, where, perhaps coincidentally, President Trump owns some real estate. Some states, including New Jersey, are asking not to have offshore derricks, saying its beaches are too precious to risk the possibility of a spill. And they have valid points. Nobody wants oil spills. And nobody, especially, wants to start the summer with the thought of sand and goo between the toes. But there's been a problem with oil production in two key parts of the world, Iran and Venezuela, and that's one of the things that's been driving oil prices higher. And one of the best ways to combat those rising prices is to increase oil output somewhere. And the U.S. is one of the best candidates to do that. So, the question of the summer will be, are Americans willing to risk an environmental disaster just to keep from paying ever higher prices at the pump? An even bigger question, are they willing to risk a recession? The U.S. is already the third largest producer of oil in the world, with output topping 10 million barrels a day last year. That's the highest since 1970. But most of that increased oil output is the result of a new technology called fracking, which recovers hard-to-get oil from rock layers on land. New drilling in the ocean has basically been off-limits for decades. The Deepwater Horizon oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico in 2010 and the Valdez spill disaster off Alaska in 1989 gave the upper hand to the environmentalists on ocean drilling. Now, with Trump and his go drill, instead of no drill, policy in the White House, the politics of oil exploration have changed. Will the U.S. buy into that policy? There really isn't a shortage of oil in the world, not like when OPEC created problems in the 1970s. The most recent figures show that the world supply of oil is 100.45 million barrels a day. That's up from 98.01 million barrels last year. And the figure is expected to jump to 102.64 million in 2019. But oil consumption worldwide is also growing, thanks in part to an improving economy in parts of the world. Total consumption is now 100.28 million barrels a day, slightly below output. That is also above the 98.52 million barrels a day in consumption in 2017. Even gasoline production in the U.S. is up. It's now 9.19 million barrels of gasoline a day. That's an increase of 2.8% from 2017 levels. So what's the problem? With gasoline inventories up, prices should be going down. That's where financial speculators come in. With Venezuela's economy collapsing and Iran under international pressure because of its nuclear policies, Wall Street is expecting all the production numbers to drop soon. Drivers are caught in the middle between the reality of the situation and expectations. And the price of gas is already taking a big bite out of those tax cuts people got earlier this year. But anyway, enjoy the holiday weekend.